Hi friends, my name is Sierra Schlag and I am here at my local backcountry ski shop, Cripple Creek Backcountry, and I am here to go over what gear I bring into the backcountry. We're going to start off with my skis, go into my boots, and then talk about what I put in my backpack just for an everyday tour. It is spring, so my mind has gone to backcountry skiing, so I'm super stoked to be sharing my gear with you. I am sponsored by Atomic, so most of the stuff will be Atomic focused, but a lot of brands carry different backcountry gear that you can find at your local ski shop like Cripple Creek. Okay, we're gonna start off with the biggest ski, which is my Bench Hetler 110. I have shift bindings on these. I am 5'7", 135 pounds, and I ride a 180 in the Bent 110s. These are kind of my short mission, little mini golf line skis. They're really great in powder, but because of the shifts, they are a bit heavier, so I'm not going for really long tours on them. They do have twin tips, and they're more center mounted, so that's why I ski the 180, just because it skis a little shorter because of the twin tips. Next up is the Backland 108. This is the women's specific ski from Atomic. This is kind of my ride or die backcountry ski. I have these in a 176 and just the Backland touring binding with breeks on them. This is like my go-to ski if I'm going on a short tour, a long tour, big mission in the backcountry, I will use this. They reconstructed this ski last season, so it's got a more prominent sidewall to give you a little bit more stability when you're in more variable snow. And then this Horizon Tech tip, which you're gonna find on pretty much all Atomic skis, just allows you to float better in fresh snow. Okay. Next up is the Backland 101, which is essentially the same ski as the Backland 108, just a little bit skinnier. I got this last spring as my very light spring touring ski. Tore my ACL before I could use them, so I'm excited to use these this spring. I know 101 is not very skinny for most people, but it is for me, so I'm excited to try these out. And yeah, went without the brake just to lose some weight there so I can be super fast and light. Next up are my poles. These are kind of just standard backcountry poles from Atomic. They have the telescoping feature, so you can change it if you're going uphill versus downhill. I love this long grip, so when I'm side hilling, I can kind of change my grip on it and my hands don't get cold. I took the pole straps off of these. I just don't like riding with pole straps in the backcountry just in case an avalanche happens and my wrist gets taken away. But they do have SQS technology, which means if there's enough force through the pole strap, it'll pop out, so you don't have to worry about that. So next up are my boots. I have two touring specific boots from Atomic. These are the Hawx Ultra XTD 130s. These are kind of my everyday boot that I wear in the resort and touring. It's got the boa on it that everybody's heard about. I personally love the boa. It hasn't caused me any issues. If it pops out, it's only popped out one time when I landed on a rock, but it's super easy to click back in. And then you've got the normal buckles at the top, power strap, and then walk mode, of course. It's got grip walk bottom, so when you're scrambling on rocks or just on an icy surface, you have a little bit better grip, which is awesome. These obviously have been worn a lot and seen a lot of things, so, but yeah, just super happy with this boot. And then again, when I'm going super light, this is my go-to like backcountry light boot. It is the Backland XTD in a 105 flex. It's got two buckles and then a power strap. But yeah, this is super light, a little bit more range of motion than this boot when you're touring up. But yeah, love it the same. You'll notice that I don't have liners in there. It's because I use ZipFit Liners. This is the Gara low volume. This can be used in resort or touring. It's not a touring specific liner, so you don't get a lot of that range of motion when you are touring, but it is really nice because you get better performance on the down. It makes your boot a little bit stiffer. So if I am going for a tour that I want like a stiffer boot on the way down and just more support there, I'll wear these. Okay, now we're gonna get into kind of your backcountry essentials, what you need to travel in the backcountry. With all of these, an avalanche education through ARI is really, really important to stepping into the backcountry. I just did my Avi 2 in February, and continuing that education will make you feel safer and just make better decisions in mitigating avalanche terrain. But these are great places to start. So I have my transceiver from Mammut. It's a Vox. I keep it in its little holster just because I have lack of pockets in my kit. But yeah, I love this beacon. I got it a couple years ago, and the user experience is really great on it. Then my probe, this one's just from Backcountry Access. It's 270. I keep this out of its little pouch that it comes in just because if there is an avalanche, it's one less step to do when I am getting my probe out, which is nice. And then this is a Mammut shovel. I think it's the Alligator Ultralight. Yeah, this has been a sweet shovel. I think it is way lighter than other shovels, so saving on weight when you're going on the up is really, really nice. Don't really have much to say about that. Okay, and then these are atomic skins. They're 70% mohair. They're trimmed to fit, so you buy them off the Atomic website. There's a video, and it fits with pretty much every ski. Just have to get the right length for them. But yeah, they're great. They just like redid their skins, so the glue lasts a lot longer, which is really amazing when you're doing multiple laps. Yesterday I was skiing pillows and we did 5 or 6 laps and these skins stayed sticky the whole time, which is really awesome. Up next are my helmet and goggles. These are also both Atomic. This is the 4 Pro Amid helmet. Amid is pretty much Atomic's version of MIPS, so you're getting that same rotational technology. If you do hit your head, the helmet moves a little bit with you to kind of soften the impact. The inside liner is merino wool, so it keeps you cozy on cold days, and then there's just a boa in the back to adjust to your head. But yeah, I kind of love the low profile design, and there's a little bit of art by Chris Benchetler on the back, which is like a really nice touch. And then these are my goggles. They're the 4 Pro photochromatic goggles. So this lens changes dependent on the light. So if it's low light, it'll be a little bit more clear. If it's super sunny, it'll be more blackout, which is super nice. It also comes with a clear lens. I've used that a couple times just when it's super stormy out or if I'm skiing at night. But overall, you don't have to change your lenses, which is like such a huge thing for me because it's just kind of inconvenient sometimes. And these never fog, which is huge. Next up are my gloves. So I have these just kind of liner gloves they're Mountain Hardwear. I don't know where I got them, but they have been the perfect kind of touring liner. I feel like my hands are always the first thing to get so hot when I start touring. So these have been perfect for just like lightweight on the up. And then on the down, these are these Hestra lobster mitts. I like the lobster just because you have a little bit more dexterity, like switching over the bindings, ripping skins. But yeah, these are kind of just very warm, classic gloves.
So you're a big sled neck and you need that.
I am a huge sled neck. Cue me toppling over. Okay, so for like face and head wear, I've got these Smith Fast Glasses. They are really old and have seen some better days. But these just protect my eyes, keep the wind out of my face. If I don't want to bring goggles or if I'm just too lazy to get my goggles out, I'll just put these on. And they're good enough for the ride down, which is great. I'm a balaclava girl. I used to be a necky girl, but I do love the balaclava just because the added warmth on your ears, but also you don't have to like keep pulling it up on your face, which is really nice. This one's just from Smart Wool. It's merino wool and love it. And simple and black, so it matches all your outfits. And then typically I'm just wearing a baseball cap, and sometimes I'll put a warm beanie over if it is really cold out, but I do like the baseball cap because it protects your face from the sun, and if it's snowing, it'll keep the snow out of your eyes and off your face, which is nice. And typically I show up to the trailhead in like my base layers and what I'm gonna wear for the day. And then I just add this, lightweight puffy to the mix. This is Stio. And then, yeah, when I'm backcountry skiing, I am in like a lightweight touring shell for bibs and pants. I prefer bibs just because you don't have to keep pulling your pants up. But yeah, I always keep an added layer in my backpack just to stay warm on the down, or if I'm like waiting for something at the bottom. So the rest of this is kind of all like safety and extra like creature comforts that I like to bring in my backpack. They're super small, so they're super easy to pack away. Radio is kind of the first essential. I think this makes backcountry travel so much safer and so much easier when you can just talk to your friends, especially if you're like skiing in the trees or you're skiing a long line and you can't just yell at each other. So this is the one I use from Rocky Talkie. It's super easy because you can just kind of clamp it to your backpack and you don't have to like thread any wires anywhere. So highly recommend. And what's great about these radios is they'll communicate with BCA or whatever brand radio that you have. They're all on the same channels, which is awesome. And then for other emergency communications, I have my Garmin InReach Mini. So this has like preset text that you can send to whatever contacts are uploaded into your InReach. But you can also press the SOS button if you are in an emergency, or they have the app where you can just like text whatever you want, which is also nice just to check in, is typically what I've used it for. No emergencies yet, so that is nice. I always bring a headlamp with me, even if I'm not trying to stay out the whole day. Things can go wrong in the backcountry, and having a headlamp is really important. I just got this one, and it's really, really bright, so skiing at night is also a really much better experience because I have this bright headlamp. And then I always bring this multi-tool. I originally got this for mountain biking, but I found that it's really, really helpful when you're out in the backcountry. Well, I love tools. Okay, so it has all the screwdriver heads, and then it has a wide variety of hex heads. So whatever gear that breaks or just like needs a little tightening, I kind of just use this in case of emergency. Ski straps, I think, are the number one thing that everyone should have in their backpack. Your skin starts failing, ski strap it. Your boot breaks, ski strap it. If you're boot packing up a couloir, you can ski strap your skis. These come in handy so much, and I feel like I carry like 3 or 4 of these in my backpack, and they vary in size and length, which is also important.
Your femur straps, ski straps.
Literally, I'm all, you break your leg, ski strap. This is just sunscreen. Very important. There's nothing worse than spending a day in the backcountry and then coming home and your face is bright red. So protect your face. And then in the spring, I always bring skin wax. This is by Mountain Flow Eco Wax, which is local Carbondale company. But you don't want your skins globbing. It'll just make your backcountry travel much less efficient. And it'll be a little bit miserable because your skis are going to be so heavy because there's so much snow on it. So I just put these on my skins before I start touring, before a big backcountry day, and they keep them glob free. And then, you know, this is one snack that I bring. I obviously bring more snacks than just this bar, but always good to have snacks. My favorite, Sour Patch watermelon. That's a nice little pick-me-up after you do something hard. And then a water bottle, plastic preferred, just because of the added weight. Like any Nalgene will do, but this one from Yeti has become my favorite touring water bottle. Girl Winter, the film tour that me and my friends produced that have, all women ski and snowboard films, and it was really fun, and we're doing it again this fall, so make sure you come. And now we're gonna get into kind of like safety things that I keep in my backpack. I just keep this, it's an ultralight medical kit. It's kind of got the essentials in case things go wrong. Everything from like medicine to gauze and bandages. But yeah, if minor things go wrong in the backcountry, these can help fix it. I also keep a bivvy. This is just an emergency bivvy. So if we are stuck in the backcountry, we have a little bit of help. This can also act as a sled in case someone does get injured and we have to sled them out of the zone. But I've never used this. Hopefully I don't have to use it. And then my snow study kit. I just took my Avi 2, so I just got this, but it's been awesome being able to go out into the backcountry dig pits, learn a little bit more about our snowpack, and then just have kind of better idea of how to mitigate the avalanche terrain that we are in and make better decisions. Pokey stabby things. Okay, so I typically don't bring an ice axe and crampons on every single backcountry tour. It's very dependent on what I'm gonna be doing. So if I am gonna be going up a couloir in spring conditions, I will pack these because they're very nice to have and they just make me feel a lot more secure on the boot pack. So I have these crampons from Petzl. They're the hybrid crampons, so it has a steel toe and aluminum back, which makes it just a little bit lighter. And then I also have this ice axe from Petzl. This has been great. I feel like I've only used it a handful of times, but when I do need it, it's really clutch. Keep saying clutch, whatever. So what does this all go into? So this is my Atomic Freeride 32-liter pack. This is my go-to backpack for everything. It's literally the perfect design, dare I say. But it's small enough for a day tour and big enough where I can bring it on hut trips and like fit my sleeping bag and my clothes and everything in here. It's got a lot of great features. Hip belt with a little pocket in there. I usually keep my sunscreen or any snacks in there. We have an Abby specific pocket where my beacon or my shovel and my probe just go in there. There's this specific pocket which there's like a little helmet carry in there right now, but I also put my inReach in there so it's super easy access in case of emergency. On the back of this pack, there's just the top brain where I kind of stuff everything in. There's some snacks in there right now, but sunglasses, goggles, snacks, any little thing that I need to grab is going in the top of this brain. And then there's two ways to access the main compartment of the backpack. So this back panel, which is great. Oh gosh. This back panel opens and then you're pretty much accessing everything in this bag, which is awesome. You'll see there's like a little hydration pack in here. And then there's like a smaller, my helmet. Whoops. And then there is this tiny little pouch in here, which is usually where I just leave my first aid kit. So I like know it's in a secure place and I know exactly where it is in case I do need to use it. And then there's this little zipper pocket in here, which I don't really keep much in there, but it is nice, easy access to have. And then if you close that up, so then the other way you can get into the main part of the pack is you unclip the top brain and then there's this roll top closure, which is awesome for just stuffing gear in. I feel like when I have to drop a layer, I'll just open this and just stuff it in. And then it's kind of at the top of the pack. But this also gives you like 10 more liters of space, which is super nice because this pack, it just gets bigger and bigger and can fit pretty much all your gear for a day trip or an overnight trip. Other features of this pack is bungee cord. So if you do have a layer that you kind of just need to shove for a little bit, I put it in here. There's also ice axe holders and they just slide in right there. And then A-frame ski carry, which is my preferred ski carry method. But yeah, this is my go-to pack. I don't know if white was the best color option because it's kind of getting a little gnarly, but it looks nice. I hope you enjoyed learning what I bring backcountry skiing. Hopefully your ski gear looks similar to mine. If I forgot anything, let me know in the comments. But yeah, if you feel like you're missing any gear from your Abby pack, you can always go to your local ski shop like Cripple Creek Backcountry and pick up gear. Also ask the people that work there questions because they are very knowledgeable and will help you figure out what you need. But yeah, hopefully see you on the skin track and have a safe and fun spring. Bye.
Oh.